Am I the a-hole for resenting my boyfriend for living my dream life because of my support? Lots of info here because I feel like I am the asshole, but it's also breaking me apart because I do love him, but I'm miserable living the way I do. I, 23F, have been with my boyfriend, 27M, for the past year. He moved in with me early into our relationship because he was losing the place he was staying at. It was temporary from the beginning, he just didn't plan anything, and I offered him a place to stay. He moved several states away to move in, only really giving up his job, as he wasn't close with his family. I accepted in the beginning that he wasn't going to be working, new state, and everything, and told him I was fine covering bills since I earn good money, nothing significant. I've been a blue-collar worker for 3 years now, so it's enough to pay bills. I used to earn enough to set back fun funds to spend doing various things like tattoos, expensive food, bulk crafting stuff, cons, etc. I bought him a car when he moved so he would have transportation to and from work, and told him this car was a beater. I got it for cheap, and it wouldn't last forever. I admit it was a shitty car, like I wouldn't even drive it, but at the same time, he got it completely for free and I had to pay out of my savings. I don't mind my job. It's not something I have dreamed about like other people and their careers, but it's something that I had to pick up because my dad made me feel unwelcome in his house to the point I just left. This kind of work helped me find an escape, a way I could pay for my own things and living space, so I ran with it. I've mentioned wanting to go back to college numerous times over the past few years, so I can get a degree in something I'll find intriguing. It is possible for me to work part-time and still attend college. My dad has offered to help with rent, but without my BF working, it won't ever be a possibility, as groceries and other bills completely drain my paychecks I get now working 40+ hours a week. Working in the industry I do has made me realize I can use my intelligence in an area that has more meaning to it than what I do. At the end of the day, it's what keeps a roof over my head and food in my cat's belly, so I can't complain. The issue is with my boyfriend's employment. From what I know from before he moved, he had a warehouse job earning a couple dollars less per hour than me. I didn't know how long he had been there, and assumed it had been a little bit. I kind of expected him to find the same kind of work here, but he didn't. He has not been able to stay anywhere for longer than 2 months, being generous. Not to mention, he's only worked at 4 different places in the past year, all of which he either quit randomly or got fired. At some point, he started calling out a lot when he did have a job, and it was like pulling teeth to get him to go, causing him to be late a lot, which I'm assuming contributed to his release. His reasoning for quitting? He didn't like the jobs he had. In my personal opinion, it doesn't matter if you don't like the job. You have bills to pay and mouths to feed, so you earn what you can so you can get stuff done. A few months ago, when he was in between jobs, I came home from work one morning, night shift, and couldn't handle the weight of everything anymore and broke down crying. It was quiet, but he was already awake, stayed up all night, and comforted me, asking what was wrong. I told him that I always dreamed of being a som, even if that meant I had to have a job when the children didn't need me. I know it's unrealistic and traditional, but cooking/cleaning/childcare sounds a lot more fulfilling than a job could ever be. My stepdad died a few years ago, and I got a taste of that when I stepped up and took care of my younger siblings, and I know that's what I want for my future. I told him that he had not even attempted to take my place as the breadwinner, and I was really upset that it felt like I wasn't going to have the future I want for myself and my future kids. He seemed to understand and reassured me about the different jobs he had been applying to. For the majority of the time, my BF stays home and does nothing but play video games. He used to stay up all night, claiming it was to see me when I got home, but that slowly started to turn into him falling asleep right before I get home. We have divided up house chores to a small degree. He takes the trash out and washes the dishes. I take care of laundry, yard work, general cleaning, and cooking. There have been times where I had to wash dishes just to cook dinner, and there have also been times that I gave up on cooking because the dishes were dirty. I also have to choose when I want to clean based on how full the trash can is, as it is overflowing full 90% of the time. I just assume he does the same thing as me and stops picking up after the trash can gets full. My more intense emotional turmoil has happened more recently. A week or 2 ago, he talked about how he didn't like the job he had and was applying to different places. I got nervous and told him I'm glad you have found options, but I would rather if he kept working until he got accepted somewhere. A few days after he said that, he called me as I was about to sleep for work and said they had let him go, and didn't state a reason. This honestly made me lose all hope in him having a stable job. He got a call back a few days ago and said he had been accepted into this stay-at-home job where he wouldn't really have much to do. He's earning the same amount as he was before, so it's not a big money thing, but he has to wait a whole month before he gets his first paycheck. He told me the first thing he was going to do is buy a car. No surprise, the one I bought him sh*t the bed 2 months ago, and he's been driving my dad's car, and a gaming PC. Then he would help me with rent. Him saying that kinda shattered my heart, because I've been expressing that I want a new PC, since the one I'm using now I've had since I was 13, possibly younger. I've talked to him since he moved out here that I wanted to save up for a PC, but I haven't been able to since I haven't been able to put anything into savings since he moved in. I lived in a house without internet connection and a lot of basic stuff for the first 2 years of living by myself, making do with what I had because I would rather not have internet than not have a home. I didn't see a need for a better PC when I couldn't even play the games I had for it. My BF lived with me in that house for a few months before convincing me to take a good deal on rent for a small house, saying he would help keep up with bills, which has happened maybe twice. Since we moved in, I've relearned my love for video games on my PC, and am sad that a lot of the stuff I used to play, I can't anymore because my hardware is outdated. I don't know if being upset is justified or if I'm just being a jealous b*tch, but I cried myself to sleep last night because I come home every day to a dirty house, spend time cleaning, cooking my own food, just to go to sleep while he stays up all night playing games until he passes out. He's constantly in a call with people even if they're sleeping. I've seen the video chats. I would feel somewhat proud of him for finding a stay-at-home job if I didn't express to him multiple times that I want someone who's willing to step up and take care of me financially, instead of me being the financial cushion. So, am I the a-hole for being upset that I financially paved this road for my BF, and he still refuses to step up or do much? I mean, he's still working, but if he continues working at this specific job, I think I'm going to start being mean. I just honestly don't know where to go from here. He doesn't really have anywhere to go if I tell him to leave, but I'm so sad that I haven't been able to do much with my own money because it's being spent on groceries.